Endrick was once celebrated as Brazil's greatest talent, but recently he has found himself struggling for playing time. Once hailed as the next big thing, he now faces doubts about whether he is truly ready for Real Madrid. But if you think Endrick is a failed talent, you should definitely stick around until the end of this story. Imagine you're just 4 years old, kicking a football barefoot on the streets, completely unaware that one day you will play for Real Madrid. That's exactly how it started for Endrick. Born in 2006 in Brazil, he grew up in difficult circumstances. His family had very little money, and his father, Douglas, was a footballer himself, though not a particularly successful one. Determined that his son wouldn't struggle the same way he did, Douglas introduced Endrick to football, hoping it would change his life. What happened next was like something out of a script. Endrick wasn't just good, he was a monster on the pitch. Strong, fast, and ice-cold in front of goal, he quickly became a phenomenon. Recognizing his son's immense potential, Douglas did what any modern footballer's parent would do. He uploaded videos of Endrick to YouTube. And the crazy thing? It worked. Scouts from major clubs took notice, and Palmeiras acted the fastest. They gave his family what they desperately needed: a stable home and a job for his father. At just 11 years old, Endrick joined the Palmeiras youth team. What followed was nothing short of breathtaking. His rapid development left experts speechless. In the Palmeiras Academy, he was an unstoppable force, scoring an astonishing 165 goals in just 169 games. His big breakthrough came in 2022 at the Copa São Paulo de Futebol Júnior, Brazil's prestigious U20 tournament. He scored 3 goals in 7 matches, led Palmeiras to the title, and was voted player of the tournament. From that moment, there was no stopping him. The whole of Europe was talking about him. PSG, Chelsea, Barcelona, everyone wanted him. But Endrick wasn't just any talent. He was Brazil's next big superstar. Then, everything happened at lightning speed. In October 2022, at just 16 years old, he made his professional debut for Palmeiras. 3 weeks later, he scored his first goal. 1 year later, he became a Brazilian champion. Another year later, he won the title again. No waiting period, no slow adaptation. He arrived, dominated, and conquered. He was the youngest Brazilian sensation since Ronaldo Nazário. At this point, the question was no longer if he would move to Europe, but when and for how much. Then came the offer, not just any offer. Real Madrid secured Endrick for a staggering $60 million. That was more than what they paid for Vinícius Júnior or Rodrygo. The club was convinced that Endrick would be the next Brazilian star to shine at the Santiago Bernabéu. For Endrick, there was never any doubt about which club he wanted to play for. Since he was little, he had a Cristiano Ronaldo poster hanging in his room. His dream was always to wear the famous white jersey of Real Madrid, and now that dream was finally coming true. However, despite the massive hype and the jaw-dropping transfer fee, something unexpected happened. The moment he arrived, he found himself on the bench. First game, a few minutes. Second game, even less. Third game, not even substituted on. The wonder kid from Palmeiras simply disappeared from the spotlight. The media went into a frenzy. Where is Endrick? Is he really that good? Did Real Madrid make a mistake? Doubts and criticism surrounded him. Then, out of nowhere, rumors of a potential loan deal began to surface. Southampton, AS Roma, Real Valladolid. Several clubs were reportedly interested. Was Real Madrid already giving up on him? But wait, haven't we seen this before? Do people really believe that you can just walk into Real Madrid and become a starter at 18? This isn't just any club. This is the most demanding club in world football. And look at the competition. Endrick faces Kylian Mbappé, one of the best forwards in the world, Vinícius Júnior, an undisputed starter and world-class talent, Rodrygo, versatile, goal-dangerous, and already well-established, And in between all of this, an 18-year-old Endrick, fresh from Brazil trying to prove himself. For a long time, it seemed like Endrick would never get his chance. He was getting short, meaningless appearances, barely touching the ball. When he did play, the match was already winding down. How could he possibly prove himself like this? Fans were growing impatient. Experts were becoming skeptical. Some even suggested that a loan move might be the best option for him. Endrick had been waiting for his moment, and in the Copa del Rey semifinal against Real Sociedad, he finally got it. Unlike previous matches where he was given mere minutes, this time, he was in the starting lineup. The pressure was immense. Fans and critics alike were eager to see if he could deliver. And then, in the 19th minute, it happened. Real Madrid launched a counterattack. Jude Bellingham played a perfect through ball. Endrick took the ball, made a quick move to shake off the defender, and boom! The ball hit the back of the net. It was his first crucial goal for Real Madrid, securing a 1-0 victory. Suddenly, everything changed. The doubters went silent. The Spanish media, which had been questioning his abilities for months, now praised him. Endrick delivers! The wait was worth it. The narrative had shifted. But as much as this moment was a breakthrough, it was only the beginning. One goal, one great performance. These do not change the hierarchy at Real Madrid. The reality remained the same. Mbappé, Vinícius Júnior, and Rodrygo were still the undisputed starters. As long as they performed at the highest level, Endrick would have to continue waiting for his chances. Did anyone really expect an 18-year-old to come in and instantly displace Mbappé? To score 20 goals in his debut season? That would have been a miracle. The truth is, Endrick's situation was not a failure. It was part of the plan all along. And if you look at Real Madrid's history, this script is nothing new. Vinícius Júnior arrived at 18 and initially struggled. Critics called him ineffective, doubted his decision-making, and even labeled him a bad investment. Today, he's one of the best wingers in the world. Rodrygo also needed time to adjust before becoming a key player. Now, Endrick finds himself on the same path. The pattern is so obvious that it's surprising how many people forget it. Young Brazilian talents need time to adapt to European football. Real Madrid knows this. Carlo Ancelotti knows this. Yet fans and media often lose patience. Ancelotti himself has stated that young Brazilian players at Real Madrid need a period of adjustment. That's why there are no hasty decisions, no panic, no unnecessary loan deals. The club has a clear plan for Endrick's development. If you read the headlines over the past months, you might think Endrick had already been labeled a failed talent. But let's rewind to 2018. Back then, people said the same thing about Vinícius Júnior. Now he's a global superstar. The message is clear. Endrick has not failed. He's exactly where he needs to be. His time will come, and when it does, he could be one of Real Madrid's most important players. The real question isn't if Endrick will succeed, but when. Will he explode in a year or two and establish himself in Madrid's starting lineup? Or will he struggle to make the leap? One thing is certain. Real Madrid believes in him. But patience is key. As long as Mbappé, Vinícius, and Rodrygo dominate, Endrick's role will remain limited. So, what do you think? Will Endrick get his big break soon, or will he have to wait a little longer? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another exciting football story. Until next time, stay tuned.